But now let's head to something kind of different, but also the same. We're now going to his lovely wife.
Welcome back to another coup.
Ari, sorry, one sec, and then I'll let you finish. We are going to listen to his wife Aramau, the fiery secretary, as she lists off basically what I'm assuming is going to be a ranking of the best and worst baby Pokemon. And also just to quickly say, oh yeah, his wife also makes videos. It's the same channel. It's the same channel. But my brain. Right. I remember some years ago when she messaged me on Twitter saying that she watches my videos and that she enjoyed my stuff. So if you're watching me again, Ari, hi. Hope everything goes well. I hope the Katie's are doing good. If you're watching this, I hope you're going to enjoy this as well. But yeah, without further ado, okay, so baby Pokemon. There are a lot of things you can say about the baby Pokemon in, well, Pokemon. Some of them are cute, some of them are kind of cool in a small way, and some of them are just, why do they exist? So we're going to, I have no particular favorites when it comes to baby Pokemon, but I am interested in seeing what it is that she has to say. So if you're all ready, my dear friends, let us begin.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another coup. This one is going to be a little different. As you all know, we are going to be having twins soon.
Yeah.
So babies have been on my mind. Shocking, I know. So what do? I'm a Pokemon list maker. For the most part. Decisions. Okay, duh, we're talking about baby Pokemon today. One of the coolest additions that Gen 2 of Pokemon introduced was the ability to breed. The daycare also allowed Pokemon to level up with every step you took.
That sentence can be taken so out of context. I'm sorry, the internet has ruined me.
But for some reason that stopped after Gen 6. I've never understood why. That was an easy way to train up weak Pokemon. Now they just show up at your picnic table like the Bombardier brother. Anyways, the baby Pokemon are defined as Pokemon obtainable by breeding/by egg, the lowest form in their family chain, and can't breed or be bred. Examples of this are Happiny, Budew, and Toxel. And that's what we're going to be talking about today, though I will be including their whole lines in the rankings. The top 10 best and bottom 3 worst baby Pokemon. Yes, I'm counting some of the worst as well, because I have words. And also because babies aren't all just cute and adorable. There are some ugly sides to having babies too. You know, the blowouts, the projectile vomiting, the crying at 3:14 a.m., and I'm off track. Been reading a lot of books. We will do 3 entries of the good ones, then 1 of the worst, then on and on. We will end on a positive note, promise. So let's go! Babies! Pokemon! Together!
Ah! Alright.
Okay, so I'm
I'll
actually
see you later, Zeus. Thank you for stopping by.
Together because they basically have the same development path. I just happen to like the Electabuzz line's designs better, so it got number 9. When I was 5 years old playing Gen 1, I never got the mono evolutions. I never understood why some Pokemon could evolve and others couldn't. And it seemed like there were too many out of the original 150. Tangela, Mr. Mime, Magmar, Electabuzz, Farfetch, the Hitmon's, Lickitung, Chansey, Jinx, literally 18 of them. Over 10% of the original decks couldn't evolve, which was a huge mechanic that made Pokemon different from all the other series out there. And as of now, nearly all of them have gotten some kind of love. Some took longer than others, looking at you, Farfetch'd and Tauros, but Electabuzz and Magmar got something cool immediately after their original generation. While having a baby form didn't necessarily make Magmar and Electabuzz any stronger, that would come later, the added charm that Magby and Elekid provided was refreshing. Magma Baby, Electric Kid, they really leaned into the baby part of baby Pokemon. Yeah. I guess since they're the bottom, there isn't too much to say about them other than they do their jobs better than the bottom 3 and the ones that didn't make either list. They are competent, no arguments, and help flesh out the eventual 3-stage evolutions that the line's got. Electivire and Magmortar are very good. I just prefer the other ones better, mostly because I haven't gotten the chance to use them that often, because they are item evolutions.
Yeah, think about it, I've never actually used any of the Electabuzz or Magmar lines. Yeah, I've never actually used them. Maybe I should fix that in a future playthrough.
I'm going to surprise a few people with my number 8 pick, though.
Oh.
I know some people don't really like Budew because it's difficult to evolve. I know Josh had a time trying to evolve his when he went through BDSP, but I happen to like this little goober a bit. For one, I really and truly love the whole line. It's a complete story, and the baby and third stage were introduced in the same gen, unlike the previous.
Oh, Venomine, I'm terrified to do mono-type runs. I am terrified of trying to do those, because I know I will always try to go for either Ghost or Fire. And I'm most likely gonna get demolished.
It's two. Budew really embraces the baby element of the line.
Budew's adorable.
Looks like Roselia's baby sister, like a seed just barely sprouted. And you can see the two little sprouts that will eventually become Roselia and Roserade's arms. Secondly, it's so flippin' cute! Look at that little face. It's literally just 3 little lines, and I love it so much. I want to decorate a cookie with that face. It bobs back and forth. It looks unbalanced. I just want to hug it. Spoilers, a lot of these entries will be gushing about how cute they are. Part of the nature of pregnancy hormones, really. And I'm saying it along as I'm recording this. And finally, it has some pretty good abilities. Yes, the whole line does, but still, credit where credit is due.
Alright, so this is gonna be like 3 worst. He's just a little guy, he's just a small bean.
Why not?
Oh, why not?
I'll tell you why not. It sucks and I hate it. This is the most disappointing random egg you could have gotten. Like the 2 eggs you got in Gen 2 were amazing and had the potential to be valuable assets to your team. And then you get a free egg in Lava Ridge and you're hoping it'll be something as good. Maybe it'll be a free Bagon. Or maybe something cute like Togepi was, like a Skitty or something. No.
No!
You got one of the hardest Pokemon to work with in single-player story mode. Wobbuffet was banned in competitive for being too good, I know, but I have never enjoyed the gimmick. The only good thing about the Wobbuffet line is the freaking lipstick. That's funny. And then they tried to make me like him by giving him a cute little baby form. I will not fall for it, Game Freak! Not to mention the fact that Wobbuffet was my least favorite Team Rocket companion Pokemon.
Really?
What did you say?
I admit I have petty reasons for hating this thing, but it's my list.
What was my least favorite of the Team Rocket mons? Oh, there's so many of them I like. I think maybe Carnivine. There's probably some obvious Pokemon member in Team Rocket that I don't remember right now, but I remember Carnivine just kind of being there and only being there for nomming on James's head. So, but I loved Wobbuffet. It's just the random Wobbuffet. It's cute. It's funny to me. Also, yeah, I did up the audio a little bit, so I hope I didn't like make so that it's topping over my voice and we're more equal, and you know how it is.
You knew this was coming. You knew it, I knew it, the twins knew it, and they aren't even out yet as I'm recording this.
Oh.
It's a Pokemon list with the possibility of something Pikachu related. It's going to happen.
Ah,
Pichu is
Pichu.
another one of the babies introduced in Gen 2, which, I mean, duh. There was no way Game Freak was going to introduce the cute little baby mons without including the cute mascot's baby form. It even got a movie! Okay, a side movie. On its own, Pichu is fine. I like some of the movies.
I am not gonna hear anything bad against those Pokemon shorts before the movies. They were wonderful! My favorite one is they go into the giant tree. I love that one!
This is a Babu, and it fits just fine to the line. I kind of wish it had a bit of the orange or white that Raichu has to make it look a little more cohesive, but it's not necessary. The teeny weeny little body, the itty bitty tail, the diamond ears, it works. I don't gush over it as much as Budew, but it had to be higher than it because, well, Pichu has kind of almost turned into its own thing. With the inclusion of Pichu in Smash, the first time around was as a joke, I swear, but the latest game have made him a bit more usable. Some folks like him
You expect me not to fanboy? Come on.
I miss Fat Pikachu, guys. It was cute, and I had a plushie of it that I carried around everywhere as a kid.
I had that plushie as well. Back at my parents' house, before I moved out there, I had a little Fat Pikachu plushie. I was there yesterday, and I think it's still there, up on the shelf in my old room. It's a little Fat Pikachu plushie. Next time I'm over there, I will make sure to take a picture so I can show it on Twitter. Because it's just a little fat guy. And I love him.
My main question is, why wasn't Pichu the mascot of the eggs instead of Togepi? Because, I mean, you already have Pikachu as the mascot. Why not make Pichu the forerunner of the eggs? I don't know where that decision was made. Was it because of the anime? I don't know.
Thank you, Tyrogue.
Gonna be real here. I wasn't expecting this guy to get so high up, considering I kind of find the evolutions a little meh, but here we are. Tyrogue was another one of the, hey, there are too many mono evolutions, let's fix it, babies. But instead of fixing just one, he fixes two, and adds a third one to the family. I'm not here to bash Hitmontop, no matter how much I ask myself why. I'm here to praise Tyrogue. It's a well-known headcanon, if not actually a fact, that Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee were locally named after Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee, even though to my knowledge Jackie Chan doesn't box.
Yeah.
And while Hitmontop does not follow that trend, Tyrogue kind of does. In my head, he's named after Mike Tyson. I mean, notice how he doesn't have any ears.
Boo! You stink!
Okay, bad joke, I know. In any case, I give Tyrogue a lot of credit for unifying two Pokemon people swore should have been related, adding a third, continuing the name trend, and actually having a really cool evolution gimmick based on stats. We didn't have gimmicks like these much back then, just trading and stones, then daytime and nighttime. So a stat-based evolution I thought was pretty genius. It's better than using a specific move in a specific mode in Legends Arceus a bajillion times, or turning around a billion times while they hold on to an item and do Leon's stupid pose. Stop it, Game Freak.
Look, Game Freak is gonna do their evolution gimmicks, and and we're not allowed to say anything bad about it. Like, oh, I don't remember what Pokemon it was in Generation 6, where the whole thing was like I believe it was like when it leveled up, you had to hold your DS like upside down, because when it evolved, it's literally just like a flip of its model and like it grows and everything. But like you had to hold your 3DS upside down. In case, thank you. Also, I come we're looking at baby Pokemon.
As cute as this guy is, he's already built with a diaper, and that's going to get triggering in a few months. So let's scoot past the adorable design.
You named the cream Pokemon Johnny and then violated my pastry. I mean, I'm honored, but why? It's because they're pastries?
Shall we? Okay, I can't fully scoot past it. Look at its face, its droopy little grumpy face. It looks like baby Barney the dinosaur after only 2 hours of sleep and he has a presentation in the morning. Anyways, back to it. Toxel is brilliant. This line's typing is absolutely beautiful. Poison and Electric are two amazing offensive types, and the evolutions play with the concept of a baby growing into a teenager so well. I think it was Fawful's minion who made the observation that they are 4 times weak to ground because you ground teenagers. Just effing brilliant, I tell you. Toxel and Toxtricity are some of the most innovative Pokemon in a long time, and a welcome addition to the baby club. Yeah, if I remember right, Toxel is the first baby to be introduced post-Gen 4. I could be remembering wrong, but if I'm right, then what a comeback. If I had to choose a Toxtricity form I like better, I'd go with Low Key since it suits my battle style more. And I love the moves it gets. And the Gigantamax is just icing on the staticky, toxic, icky cake. Ooh, gross.
Yeah. It doesn't sound nice at all. I go very try-hard with my naming of Pokemon. Either has to be like a pun or a reference or something.
Okay, so, Disappointment Central, you waddle yourself into the spotlight and explain yourself. Bonsly? I don't care. Was the first Gen 4 Pokemon we saw in Pokemon
like
Bonsly? Darkness. This thing. This, baby!
Oh, look at him, he's just a little nervous guy. He's just a little man. He's just a little dude. Look at him. How can you hate Bonsly?
Pokemon pre-evolution to a Pokemon that didn't even need it because it was a gosh dang gimmick. Sudowoodo is a joke Pokemon. It's a wiggly tree that's made of rock because haha petrified wood. Why did this get a baby form that was the first Gen 4 Pokemon introduced? Yeah, the name fits because it Bonds lied to us about how good it might be. Not to mention the fact that when you do get it in the game, it was hard to evolve because who would think that you would need to know Mimic to evolve? Who uses Mimic on a regular run of the game? I would have never.
I had no idea that it needed Mimic to evolve. I did not know. I've never actually ran with a Bonsly before, but Mimic?
Never evolved mine if I didn't have a cheat
makes
sheet or
sense.
something, because I
Okay.
never keep Mimic. But then that's not really a problem when I would never catch this thing at all. I hate its whiny little face. I hate its little diaper-looking thing. I hate its evolution. I just hate this little twerp.
It's like a potted plant.
So, full disclosure, I love the Chansey line, but I cannot use them. There's just a block in my brain where I'm just like, how do egg with egg pouch? How do eggception? I can't, never mind.
How
Anyways,
do
Happiny is cute, and I wish I could use it, but I can't, so I just have to love it from a distance. Chansey is perhaps one of the most obvious Pokemon to have a baby form, except Kangaskhan. Why has that not happened? Because it comes built with
Yeah, that's
an
really
egg.
true. Why has Kangaskhan never had a baby form? Like, it literally has a baby in a pouch. Why not baby? Why is it when newborn level 1 comes out of egg, it already has child? What are you trying to say, Game Freak?
See, is the same deal. It carries an egg with it, full of happiness and healing, blah de blah de blah.
It was a baby boomer.
So when Happiny happened, it wasn't even a surprise. What was a surprise was how freaking cute this thing is. The little hairdo, the cute little Shirley Temple cheekies, just
now audio's gone up a
perfection.
little bit.
And we all know how good the line is. One of the best walls in the game, even if it was unbearably hard to find and catch in the first few
Someday.
generations. Why is it only number 4, though? Frankly, the evolution progression doesn't stay consistent. Oval Stone from Happiny to Chansey, then Happiness from Chansey to Blissey, which is a little frustrating. And since Chansey honestly didn't need the baby form, but this one was so obvious it's like, why bother? I kind of docked it a couple points there too. I mean, it's really just ripping off...
The obvious, the progenitor of egg. The egg. Just egg.
No, not this one! Ugh, this is what I get for rethinking and rearranging my lists. My jokes don't flow anymore, dang it! Mild disappointment and my indecisiveness aside, Munchlax is really freaking adorable. Like, he's just a round and chumby boy, and I'm
He's
so
a
happy
little
he
guy.
exists.
Look at
His
him.
adorable widow snaggle teeth, his cute widow paws and feetses, his design is simple and effective, and you know exactly whose son he is. Snorlax is one of the rare mono evolutions that I never thought needed more. It was already one of the strongest Pokemon with amazing HP.
Snorlax is a
special
freaking
defense.
beast.
I kind of considered it one of the pseudo-legendaries of Gen 1, even though it wasn't actually. It was already a beast to take out if you didn't know what you were doing, and has lots of stalling and annoyance capabilities, along with being a powerhouse. But then Gen 4 came along, and if you didn't find Bonsly in XD Gale of Darkness, Munchlax was the first Gen 4 Pokemon you got to see. And finding out that some of our favorite Pokemon were getting new additions, some desperately needed, some not, I'm looking at you, Gyrolinky, was really exciting. I think Munchlax
Gyrolinky.
revives Snorlax's popularity with his small and approachable nature. You could have a plushie of Munchlax and a bed of Snorlax. Look at this, you could use this thing as a bed.
A
So the question
Snorlax
is, and all
bed.
this has been positive, why is it only number 3? Because Munchlax is one of the hardest effing Pokemon to effing find in the effing series, and I just want to cry like my little teeny bopper self did in 2006 when I put honey on every tree and nothing. Accessibility matters, people.
Okay. Fair enough. Alright. Now, Togepi
one.
there we go.
Yes, Happiny rips off that one. Here we go. That was easy, just took an extra segment for me to finish the joke. See, Togepi is the progenitor. The original
Hi, how
egg-shaped
do.
lovable ball of
Badass.
cuteness and happiness that eventually evolves into a special tank of destruction. And this one I know how to use, so bonus points. The concept of eggs was brand new in Gen 2. Pokemon getting busy and making babies, though they tried to cover it up by saying no one knows where they come from, which makes sense when your main trainers are 10 years old.
And again, they just make it more funnier in Gen 9, where like in the picnics, and the game just goes, "Oh, you had a picnic with your Pokemon, and an egg suddenly appeared." It's like, it just begs for the really right in front of my salad meme. Oh my god.
Probably lied to shelter the kitties, but falls apart when you get older, though. Anyways, Togepi is also one of my favorite examples of the Chaos Potato. Teeny little adorable Pokemon who could just pull Hyper Beam out of their bums with Metronome. Believe you me, it was so fun to put Togepi against the ghost types of Morty and watch them be Shadow Balled to death with nothing they could do against the normal type. Yes, that actually happened. I got 2 Shadow Balls in a row with Metronome. Finally, the line is pretty solid. I'll admit they were lackluster in the first 2 generations they appeared in, but as soon as Togekiss showed up, bam! Death has come to town, and it's got wiggly little feeties. I enjoy the wide move pool and adorableness of all three eggs of joy. It's good stuff.
Alright, now the worst egg Pokemon, the baby Pokemon. Who is the worst baby Pokemon?
Some of you may not agree with this. Some of you will have forgotten this thing even exists, which I feel should launch it up to number 1 on principle, but I digress. But I don't think that there's ever been a clearer, more crystallized case of why does this exist than this thing.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle
Wait,
bell,
that's a baby Pokemon?
bell ring.
There's one thing I hate, all the noise, 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 noise!
I had no idea that was a baby Pokemon. I thought Chingling was just like the first form. I had no idea it was actually a baby. Huh.
Yes, the little Christmas ornament of doom, Chingling. I feel a little bad that I put it on the suckiest podium ever because I don't feel the same vitriol towards it that I do with Wynaut and Bonsly. First, unlike the other two, I actually think it's pretty cute. The sweet eyes and smile, the little bow, the stubby arms, all adorable. It looks like
But I know
it.
I know that it evolves, but I never thought it was considered a baby form. Like that's what surprised me.
Bonsly, and its smile is cute rather than annoying like Wynaut. But really, it's down to how it plays, and Chingling and Chimecho are not very good. Chimecho's stat total is laughable, only at 425 until Gen 7, then 455 onwards, which is pretty darn pitiful for what once was a Mono Evolution Psychic type. The move pool is shallow. None of the base stats go over 100. Also, why do you only evolve it at night? People hate wind chimes at night when they're trying to sleep. Other than just the novelty of having a cute
I like wind chimes at night. It's like I like hearing. It's like I've begun playing rain videos when I go to sleep because I like hearing like the noises, like the background noises. My brain goes burr and it likes it.
Or being like James from the anime, what even is the point of using one? Chingling is number 1 because there was no saving its grown-up form, and it's much more disappointing because Chimecho is a much cooler design and concept than Sudowoodo, so it's an even bigger letdown. Now I'm just sad. Someone passed the cookies.
I have cookies in the kitchen. Get them for you. Chocolate chips. Alright, so who's the best? Mew!
Ooh, wonder what this could be. Who is frickin' surprised? Jokes aside, I enjoy both Lucario and Mewtwo, even though one is clearly a prototype Echo Fighter to the other, but once again, I digress. Riolu and Lucario deserve all the love and praise for being such good puppos. Consistently, these little blue masters.
I honestly thought she was going to say that Mew was a baby Pokemon.
Monties of Chi have been useful, powerful, and a delight to have on any team. Firstly, Lucario itself is just brilliant, and he serves as Maylene's trump card at a decently early gym in the game.
Okay, I'm going to come out with a hot take. I'm gonna come out with a little I'm not that big of a fan of Lucario. Think he's kind of overrated. And I think it's because it's kind of like the Charizard effect. He's everywhere. I am not fascinated. The fact that you get a free Mega Lucario in Gen 6, like, oh, you beat me here, Gym Tray, you beat me here. Have a free Mega. Like, really? Like, this is... Gen 6 had a lot of problems, and even though that one thing wasn't really considered a problem, for me it was. Like, Lucario is there for me.
He really exemplifies the new physical special split, and shows the players that they could no longer take for granted that fighting meant all physical. His typing, Fighting Steel, gives him great offensive options while still being incredibly defensive. Lucario is legitimately one of the best Pokemon of all time, so it is fair to assume his baby form is just as amazing. And he is! You get a free Riolu from Riley on Steel Island after you beat
I still want to play the
remakes.
remakes.
I don't recall if this is mandatory, so you could be missing out on one of the best Pokemon in the game if you didn't know. But the reward is worth it. Then, you also can catch Wild Riolu very early on in Black and White 2. And thank your lucky Jirachis for that, because Sharon is hard. With Riolu by your side, you have a fighting chance.
I still want to play the Gen 5 games.
I'm so funny. And then you still get an amazing Pokemon. Riolu by your side, you have a fighting chance. Lol, fighting. I'm so funny. And then you still get an amazing Pokemon for the rest of the journey. Seriously, I don't know why you wouldn't want to use it the whole game. And finally, just... I'm a sucker for dogs. Any dog, really. So you make.
He is kind of like an Anubis aesthetic. I do respect that.
Just take my money. Take it all, please. I just want one. I love it. And thus we have come to the end, my friends.
A regular
I
play,
got it
just a
done.
regular playthrough. I have
I'm
never
gonna
played
get
any of the Gen
it's
5
probably
games.
60%.
I want to have the grass snake. I want to have the grass snake. I love the grass snake. It's cute. It's cool. And it was awesome in the anime.
Of twin pregnancies are premature, and that full term for single babies is 40 weeks, but full term for twins is 37 weeks. Twin science is really cool, guys. Like, for example, when they're out of the womb, the babies won't wake each other up. They're used to each other's noise.
Alright then. Alright. Okay. I acknowledge the flame oink. I appreciate the water otter, but I want the grass snake. I want the grass snake. I want the adorable little sassy grass snake that gets into a giant anaconda thing that looks like it came from like France. I want it. We're talking about Snivy, Q Souls. We're talking about Snivy and its evolution line in Generation 5.